So I was working on my post about Nico and about cooking the octopus balls, and I realized that the whole dinner needed a little more explanation than maybe I could provide through just a video or just pictures. And so I thought, why don't we set this up like I've just come home from my trip and I'm forcing you to sit in the living room and look at all my pictures and watch all my videos, and I'm telling you what's going on while we're watching them. But the beauty of this situation is I get to give all the information and you get to decide whether or not you stay and listen to it all. You can fast forward through it and I'll have no idea. So octopus balls that you're looking at right now are kind of like hush puppies meatballs with more veggies. Not really like much of anything that we have in the United States. You're looking at them right now. That's the finished product with all the bells and whistles and the toppings on them. So anyways, to make octopus balls, you obviously need octopus. And in Japan, where do you get octopus? From your local supermarket. So here is the picture right now of the wall at the supermarket that is dedicated to octopus. There are multiple things that you can buy, different parts of the tentacles, different cuts of the tentacles, just different, anything you would need of an octopus, you just pick up at the grocery store in a little styrofoam container. So anyways, we got that stuff, we brought it back. That's an octopus ball maker, it's set up very, very similar to a waffle iron. It's just the shape of it, the mold of it, and you put oil into it and it heats up, and so it cooks them into the shape of the balls without you having to do too much finagling. A little finagling, but not too much. And so we put together all of the ingredients. This is us getting everything set up, heating up the octopus ball maker, cutting up the cabbage, and laying the toppings out on the table, because this is kind of a labor-intensive dish to make. These are all of the ingredients that we use to make them, and I apologize because some of the things I don't remember exactly what they are, but I think we've got some kind of vegetable there on the left, the bright red. Then we've got the octopus meat. It's just little pieces of it. Then the big batter with the whisk. There's a mix, and we put cabbage into it and some other things into the batter, so it's like a thick, lumpy pancake batter. Just above that, we've got little, I think, fish flakes, like little tuna flakes. I hope that's right. And then the two sauces you see, one of those is kind of like a sweet soy sauce. And then the white one is mayonnaise, in fact, just typical straight mayonnaise. So this is our setup before we start cooking the octopus balls. So here we have poured all of, or half of the batter into the octopus ball maker, and we put one piece of octopus in each, and we start putting little pieces of fried oil. It's like the little good crunchy bits when you're making, fried chicken or anything like that. Little crunchy bits on top of it to kind of give it a little more texture than it would have otherwise. And now this is the interactive part of making octopus balls. This is once they're in there and they've started to set a little bit, we take this scraper, which is actually not necessarily used for this purpose, but it works really well. We take this scraper and we kind of scoosh around, flip over the kind of half-formed dough ball, and just to make sure that it cooks evenly on all sides. This is a process that is sometimes successful, sometimes not so successul. But it's kind of fun to try to get. There's me trying to get my first one flipped over. Beginner's luck, my first couple go pretty well, but then my third one absolutely falls into shambles while we're trying to make them. But it doesn't, they don't have to be pretty. You saw the final picture of it. They're not necessarily a thing of beauty, but they taste amazing.
It is not, it stops there.
これいいよね。
Yeah,
Oh,
that
no.
last one of mine is really sad. Really sad. So I turned the camera off. There's Meg and Achi making the octopus balls. Sometimes you use a chopstick with them as well. And there is the just dumped on the plate octopus balls, and then we finally cover them with. We've got that sauce, the kind of sweet soy sauce. We've got the mayonnaise, and then we have the little fish flakes, which actually the heat makes them kind of dance, and
Scary.
so they move. But it's just, I mean, just the heat and the fish flakes are really, really thin. So if you look really carefully, you can see them moving in the video. So anyways, that's octopus balls, which are really good, and hopefully I can find a way to make them in the United States. So yeah, maybe some of you know how to, and that would be awesome.